Hello everyone. So we're on the run up now to the start of our yoga consistency challenge beginning on Friday. I promised to do something about journaling. I know I've mentioned it and suggested that it might be something you consider going through the challenge. I'm aware that lots of people really enjoy journaling and they do this fairly regularly, but I'm also aware there are lots of people who perhaps haven't tried journaling. Journaling is pretty much like keeping a diary, and maybe with a little bit more space for text and other things coming up. And so I have 4 examples of approaches to journaling, some of them really simple and some a little bit more detailed, of course. It's important that if you're going to take this on, you find an approach that works for you. So we don't want it to be too onerous because you're not going to keep it up or not going to enjoy it, and that's not really what we're after. So I thought I would show you these. And starting with the simplest version, I love this one. So it's like a little calendar page where we've got weeks 1 to 4 down the side, the days of the week across the top, and faces representing what's going on during the practice. So some smiley faces where assuming everything's gone well, then not so smiley faces with words about suggestive of things not being quite as good as they could be. So it may be that this person chooses to have a conversation about that. So hopefully I can help. So going forward, it all becomes a bit easier. There's another approach, yoga challenge, title at the top, days 1 to 8 down the side. It's good to see the words yes beside each of the days. So I'm guessing the practice has happened. And then there's a bit more text, meaningful for them. Now I feel good, enjoying this now. Thought I might have given up by now, but I'm enjoying it, and I expected it to hurt, but it's feeling good. Yeah, sounds like it's going well for this person. Then we have another version, and this one is done in a little sketchbook. So yoga challenge front page, and then there's some really clever artwork in here. So day 1, the person has said that they're trying all the different videos for the different days. So that's great. And then there's a description about what happens on this particular day, day 1. And they started with the morning wake up video, and having spent a lot of time on the computer, they were feeling a little bit stiff. So enjoyed the benefit of the stretches and things on that day. Then they did an evening yoga practice, and there's talk about that. Sounds like they enjoyed it and ready for their warm bath and bed by the end. Day 2, they did an online class, and they're talking about how I'd worked them rather hard. And then they also did an evening session focused on their back, yoga for backs, and they enjoyed the video, so that's great. Then another page, day 3, short wake up video today, but enough to work and stretch out the back, and they enjoyed the combo of cats, cows and dogs. Then they did an online class, and there's comments about me turning the screws, making them work really hard. Oops. There's a cute little cube down in the bottom and reference to the breath, and I think this is where they've been doing the square breathing practice, but a nice representation of that. I think that's the end for that one. Yep, so far. And then a fourth approach, and this person has an existing journal habit. So I need to skip past their other pages to find the section they've allocated to the yoga challenge. So they've also done a title page, and then on day one they've laid out what they call my why, so that's their reason for taking part in the challenge, and they've also stated their goals for the challenge. So for example, my why is to habitually include more of the yoga that I need into my day. And their goals, they want to do a pre-bed evening practice to achieve a better sleep, and a regular meditation practice that they think will benefit them. And they've then gone on to state their intention, which is a morning meditation, 15 minutes every day, and a pre-bed appropriate yoga evening every night. They've got a calendar with some ticks in and some quotes that are meaningful for them and their practice around the edge of that page. And then there is lots of text, obviously around their thoughts, what's coming up for them in the practice, what they liked, what they didn't like, little stick figures showing the practice they've just done, lots more writing about how this is panning out for them, and some detailed stuff about the poses and what they're doing for them. Oh, and I think, was there, sorry, just going back to that. No, here we go into day 4 and getting more specific with the intentions now. So I choose a healthy lifestyle, and compassion for self. So that's their focus for that day, or maybe longer. And they've also got a poem they've written here on the back of their meditation practice. Here, meditating again, and another poem. So meditation's really unleashing their poetic tendencies. Then there's a picture of a warrior pose and words associated with that warrior pose and what's going on for them in their body. The stretches, the working muscles, the breath, the stuff that's going on in their head. And then over we go, talking about the healthy lifestyle they're working on. I guess that's represented with this avocado here. The alarm clock with a big red cross through it. So maybe this is on the weekend. And some thoughts, and it's interesting to notice text in one direction, and suddenly they've gone all jaunty. And jauntier still here with some of the text and some more drawing. And final page to date, a combination of some drawing, some words that are meaningful to them at the moment, and another quote as well. Oh, and another quote. So as you can see, 4 different approaches, and I'm sure there are very many more approaches that you could take. But as I said before, if you're going to do this, choose an approach that works for you. And it doesn't matter if your approach changes as you go through. You might want to start really simply, and you might find that you become more interested not only in the yoga but the journaling as well. Whatever you choose, I look forward to seeing you ready for day 1, and let's have some fun with this. Namaste.